Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
One look in your eyes, and there I see just what you mean to me. Here in my heart, I believe your love is all I ever need. Holding you close through the night, I need you, yeah.
I look in your eyes, and there I see what happiness really means. The love that we share makes life so sweet. Together we'll always be. This pledge of love feels so right, and ooh, I need you. Whoa, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, 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 ha. Ha ha.
Whoa, ha ha ha.
Whoa, ha ha ha. Whoa, ha ha.
Whoa, ha ha. Whoa, ha ha. Whoa, ha ha.
Whoa, whoa, ha ha.
Whoa, ha ha ha. Whoa, ha ha, whoa, ha ha.
Yeah, smooth, nigga. Smooth jazz.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome back to the Blackest Show About Nothing. I'm XD. The ice cream in your root beer float.
What? Okay.
I'm craving a root beer float, so that's what I'm giving today.
I'm Jade.
Yeah.
AKA Sweet J Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet
I just
J
say
Jones.
we take a lot of time in our show.
Yeah.
Saying our AKAs, so we just need a definitive.
We'll just do one every week.
Clap.
I'm down with it. Sometimes it may be a old, sometimes it may be a new.
Yeah. Always the male Donnie McClurkin. Catch
it. Literally my favorite.
How was your semana?
This is always a because I can't ever like it be changing. I don't even.
Right.
It just changes moodily. It's fine, nigga. I was here in the crib doing the same shit I've been doing. Just planning, actually, being a little bit more intentional this year, actually. Being a little bit more, not a lot more intentional, should I say, with, routines and structure and just, trying to give myself admin time and trying to give myself workout time and trying to give myself, time for myself. I stopped smoking in my bed.
Oh.
I did.
Okay.
Yep, moved the whole ashtray from by the bed. I said, all right, no more smoking in the bed. No more monkey smoking in the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, so just a few little shifts and things. I didn't say no more. I said in the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be
Small
clear.
behaviors,
You know what I'm saying? Big changes. Small behavior, big changes. So,
Yeah.
or big results, should I say.
Yeah.
So that's been good. It's actually been, while it's been a super weird start to the year and a super weird ending to the last one and, all of last year and lifetimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm still finding my little joys and figuring out what's what. How was your week? How you doing better? How you feeling?
Well, by the time you hear this, the funeral was yesterday.
Okay.
At the time of recording, I don't know if I will have clicked onto the Zoom or not.
Okay.
And I talked to my mother about this, and I know my other family members listen, and I think it's just very difficult. And via Zoom, it's just a lot. Like if it was in person, it's different, but I just Zoom is just like it's almost like watching 9/11 footage. Not like it's very traumatizing because it's like I'm watching something on a screen, and it's like if I click out of it, it's not. It goes away, but it's strange.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Grief is weird, so it's nobody can explain love and nobody can explain grief, and so it also has been. This time has been a lot of reflective conversations with me and my mother about estate planning and stuff. Not necessarily like we got money, but more so like what to do when your peoples get sick and down.
Yes.
Especially now more than ever.
Yeah.
But anywho, not to be Deborah Downer. But outside of that, I've been working out. I did Taibo.
Y'all ready to go? I can't hear you. You ready to go? You ready to go? Y'all ready to rock?
If you think you know Taibo, then think again. Stay tuned because Billy Blanks is announcing a whole new way to get ripped with Taibo 2.
Hi, and welcome to LA. I'm Dara Torres.
Okay, 1996.
I know.
You better bring it back.
Listen. I know. Listen. This old dog is trying to learn old tricks. Okay, so it still works.
I know it does. I'm just. I literally haven't heard Taibo in so long that I'm just like salt and pepper's here and where it up.
Yeah, I know, but I don't believe in paying. Why do I need to? I mean, excuse me. The gyms here are fake open, so it's like right. But then I'm like, why do I need to go to the gym? I could achieve the results that I particularly want. Now, this isn't for you gym heads and you gym niggas to come in my mentions and tell me what to do about fitness and this, that, and the black ass third. Oof. What I'm telling is for me and my temple that what I could achieve in my damn living room. So,
yeah.
If I decide to hire a trainer, which I feel like I will later on, but right now, it's me and YouTube. You could do anything from YouTube.
Listen, XD just told y'all. He said I didn't ask for legal advice. Y'all want to hear it or not?
Listen, stop unsolicited advice in 2021.
That was the live and direct quote from Dionne Warwick.
Yeah, be the change in which you seek, man. What else happened to me this week? I'm trying to figure out. I finally went outside. I've gone outside less and less and less, even for walks and things.
I hope so.
Because I would still be safe, but I would go to
I'll run your errands.
the Grove and run my errands. But now, EBO Shanda, I don't do anything.
No, you can't.
I finally went to down to the Walgreens the other day, and I got accosted by this homeless person. 2 homeless men, actually. Yeah, he jumped out and like he wasn't even speaking English, but he like jumped at me. And this white homeless man was like, "Come on, give me a high five." And I was like, "No, I'm good." He was like, "Oh, come on, then hit me, then hit me."
That's an oxymoron.
I was like, "Okay."
That's an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
White homeless.
But you know, by the time we're listening to this, we have a new prezi. Ew.
Yeah, hopefully nothing. You know, we don't know what's. Hopefully nothing's popped off. You know, but we don't. It ain't over. It ain't over. It ain't over.
I know. Well, as of right now, you know, I haven't had a vision. That's so Raven. So you know.
Facts.
I'm claiming positivity.
I just like can't wait to see what happens with the other nigga. Like, is he gonna have security detail? Like, do they have to do anything with him because he's been impeached twice? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, like he like I'm wondering if like Tish James has like the papers ready to be filed the day or at the time he's no longer president.
Oh yeah, you know that's everybody's you know that's the internet's number one question.
Like when is he gonna get charged? Because he can't be charged federally currently because, but he could be charged on the state level. And New York State is rough. So
and you know, baby, they're going after him already. Yeah. So he can't be charged federally soon, though.
Yeah, once he's impeached and they've removed him technically from office or whatever.
I can't wait. Like,
yeah.
And I know that doesn't really mean much because it doesn't fix anything with the state of the world, the country. Right. Let me not say the world. Let me say the country because there's other things going on in the world, you know. People are moving to Bali and telling other niggas to do it too.
Yes.
Yikes, man.
Yes.
You know.
Girl, she should have kept that shit to herself.
Baby, you should have just stayed in that tree house.
Okay.
Shut
this
your
is what,
mouth.
You know, should have just sat there and ate your rice. Sat there and ate your food.
That is the only words of wisdom that have ever come out of that yach's mouth. You should have sat there and ate your rice.
Yeah, just sat there and ate your damn food.
Now, let's have an honest conversation.
What did Noah say? Ate your damn toast. That's what you should have
like, make the damn toast. All I hear is that little ass. Yeah, make the damn toast. It's like, Dustin, I'm going to fuck you up when I can see you safely.
I laughed about that.
And she knew. I looked over and all you saw was a jade smile.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're a rat. But let's have an honest conversation real quick. This is not what this episode is about. But real fast, honestly, if you want to hear all the ins and outs, go listen to the Friend Zone. Always, but specifically this week because they covered this topic as well as Around the Way Curls. But how I looked at the situation was, let's look at this from the standpoint of gentrification in America as black people. You get some 23-year-old little white girl named Jules who moves to Canarsie. I'm just using that for an example. And calls up all her homegirls and homeboys. Oh my God, I found this like hidden gem. And the rent is like $1,200 and I can do it. And like, you guys should come over here because like, it's a hidden gem. And they do whatever and then they all come to the neighborhood. And the problem with that is that they don't respect the community within that neighborhood. They don't try to immerse themselves in the community and not in a way where they are stealing the culture. But they don't try to immerse themselves in the community, support the community. They're ordering Whole Foods and all kinds of other things, not supporting any local establishments whatsoever. Not even speaking to the neighbors. And then they bring all their little friends and next thing you know, there's a coffee shop that pops up. And then all of a sudden niggas are getting displaced out of their homes. And there's nowhere for them to go but to other areas in which these people have decided they don't want to live yet. Now, take that and put it in another country, and you got somebody coming over here, and not only are they coming over here, but then they're now telling all of their friends in the middle of a panorama. Y'all should bring your black asses over here too, because we're living like queens. And niggas is eating good and living in tree houses and not paying taxes and shit, nigga. Like, it's lit. And then you think the local people you're living on top of the heads of the local people. So you are not paying taxes to these people. You're making money. You are not profiting off of telling other people to come over to these people's homeland. You're spitting facts that are not factual. Okay? Niggas is dying that ain't never died before. You spitting facts that ain't factual. You telling niggas, oh, it's LGBTQIA plus friendly. Bitch, this is a Muslim country. What are you talking about? What are you saying right now? Instead of living the life that you built over there with the people that you got in community with and being in the moment, you had to flex on the internet. And like Dragonfly Jones on Twitter said, now you eating Funyuns in Newark Airport. Like, girl, now you trying to figure out how can I afford a burger from the Shake Shack because I'm stuck in this motherfucker. I gotta go back and stay with my parents. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, that's how the topic of, gentrification has been one for the ages, but that story, because at first I liked it because I was like, okay, it's a girl, she moved to across, the pond, and so then I started reading, and I was like, hold on a second. Wait. And then it's selling a book. And
that's where you fucked up. That's where you done fucked up, right? Like, that's where you are now, like, your travel visa, which you have overstayed at this point, you are in direct violation of, because on this travel visa, you're not supposed to be earning income in this country. Because if you are earning income in this country, there's no way for them to track how that is taxed. And then the people do not benefit from that. And you just eating.
Right.
You're like Jeff Bezos. So
yeah.
That's and it was a cute story. It was a cute, beautiful story until niggas started doing too much. So the point of all of this, in all honesty, outside of the gentrification, outside of all of that, is, nigga, just stop and ask yourself, am I about to do too much? That's the morale in the story here on this Jade
just don't tell your business,
right.
Like, just
live.
That's what I said. I would have never told y'all niggas I went to Bali. I would have just been like, oh, where you living now? Girl, what time is it?
Right.
Like, girl, I heard you moved out the country. Girl, did you watch Drag Race the other day? Like, I would have.
I wouldn't even do that. I'd be like, you did? I would literally never. They'd be like, what's it? Where you living now?
Girl, let me come over to prove it.
In my house, like everybody
girl.
else.
You can't come over.
No lies. Where you living? In the place that I'm at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
Y'all just have to. Now, it's unfortunate. I didn't see the footage, but I heard that the girls, there was footage, in the Indonesian news somehow got, y'all know how the internet works. So there was footage of the girls, in a courthouse or a jail or some sort of situation being detained by the police, and they were holding them. And that's unfortunate. Well, then,
that's unfortunate, but you should have been telling your business that that you are committing whatever type of international crime that you're committing.
And y'all international crimes. Like, what? But above all else,
bigly
we
wrong.
cannot be sitting up here. Do not be the white people in other countries. You know how we as black women have... We told y'all niggas that y'all are the white... y'all are like the white people of black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You love to be oppressed and victim and all kinds of manners, lack of accountability, but that's another conversation. But don't be that in other cultures. We cannot be over here as black people with all the things that we suffer ourselves and then go and take that shit somewhere else and put it onto their cultures. What are you doing?
Right.
Perpetuating nasty cycles.
It's kind of almost how all them folks been going to, Tulum and shit, during a pandemic, And
the problem is these people eat off of tourism a lot of times. And so now there's this like between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. It's really rough.
It is. It's real ugly. It's real ugly.
Yeah. It's really bad. But
the perm here?
Yeah. The perm, right, her, is don't be like that lady in Bali.
Y'all gotta mind yearn.
Yeah. There's something, I feel like there's something I needed to say here today on the show. I forgot. But anywho, join our Discord. Yeah. It's popping in there. We have a whole bunch of text channels. We have a voice channel. Mm-hmm. So if you want to talk, so it's like Clubhouse, but without, that.
Who in the hell left the gate open?
Right, without the ghetto. Also join our Patreon.
Yes.
Jade, we upgrading things, and Jade is now a associate producer.
Yeah, I am.
Down at the Bravo.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. I can host. What's that shit they be doing with the questions? And they go and they play drinking games and all kinds of things.
Oh, watch what happens live.
Watch what happens live, nigga. Okay. Because I have a full studio in this motherfucker.
Welcome to the club.
Oh my God.
Jade was like, stay on the phone while I set this damn thing up. Cursing at it and everything. I was like, yeah, welcome.
And then they be sending them little half-ass instructions. And you're like, bitch, what am I supposed to do with this 13-second YouTube video? You didn't tell me nothing. I am... Oh my God, that's what I need to do. I need to have a whole show of me trying to do stuff and failing. You all want some sources of entertainment? Fuck Jaden XD. A bitch can't do shit but cook and make a cocktail.
Valid.
Like today, I'm gonna show y'all how to roll a blunt. They're like, bitch, that was the last 17 episodes. It's like, I'm sick of failing.
Tired of this shit.
I'm gonna show you what I'm good at.
I'm not even mad.
Welcome to the new listeners. I'm sorry if you had to join under circumstances that you did not wish. but you're supporting you're supporting your people over here, so we appreciate you.
Oh yeah, welcome. Yeah, join our Discord. We talk about everything. We're gonna ask some feedback questions coming up soon.
Yes.
And so we can take back to our peoples to let them know what's goody in the hoodie.
Yeah, answer those answer the direct questions though. I'm just asking you to do that. No, don't throw no extra shit in there. That's the problem with Clubhouse. You get on this motherfucker and then they open it up and they be like, we're going to take a question. And then you get a bitch who gets up there and it's like, yes, I wanted to know, is there love in my future? Did you have a valid question for the Oracle or did you just want a free reading? What is this?
Right,
I'm sorry.
right. No, it's true. But yeah, join Discord. Also join our Patreon. We're doing some cool stuff over there.
Yes, we are.
And subscribe to my YouTube channel. We have a whole new video. We talk about reality TV moms.
My Patreon is back next week. I had to upgrade all of my equipment. So it's all upgraded. I had to get some things together in the house. I had to get through, my family stuff. You talk about Zoom funerals. I fully... Chuck, let me tell you something. My Nana's funeral had 400 people on it. And it's so weird because people are like, were you there? And it's literally pages. It's 20 pages of squares. And you can't really connect with your family and really see your family. And like, you know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying with like the disconnect and it kind of being off. You don't know if that's really the way that you want to.
That's not how I want to remember him or send him off like that either. Yeah, that's not how you
want to memorialize the person's physical life that they led here. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I feel where you're coming from, friend. I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here right with you. And anybody else who may be going through this or has gone through this during all of this madness, we all in one accord. We're all right here. We all understand.
Yeah, like this COVID shit is some bullshit. Like,
bro.
Like that's 2 family members that I've lost to COVID. My father's mother and now my uncle. So, I just really wish people would think about the think about the choices that they're making and the consequences it may or may, have. Everything that we do impacts other people. That just all these numbers just prove like how selfish we are as a community. And it's just like entitled, and I just wish that it weren't so. But anywho, we have a new show to talk about today. Married at First Sight. I have millions of thoughts.
So many.
You may not like me after this episode.
That means I'm gonna like you more.
Yeah, I see why, but I've avoided this show for so long for good measure because I had no idea what was supposed to happen. And I still don't know what's supposed to happen entirely, but I don't know if I want to know what's supposed to happen, but I'm going to be invested for a whole season.
I felt like that at the end. I did. I was like, I don't know what's about to go down, but I'm curious to find out about some of y'all. But we'll get to that. Shall we take a break and come back?
Yeah. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is 2 best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, as, a pet name, because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between, the silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with a platinum solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're black. So we're talking about Married at First Sight. Now, this is a first show for us. we're talking about the new season 12. We'll be covering it here on the main stage.
Yeah.
We'll cover all of our other shows, like Marrying Millions, which is coming back soon, and that'll be over on Patreon, as well as Lifetime movies.
Yes.
And we talk about the fate of Life After Lockup down on Patreon this week.
And we give you the opportunity to vote on what that fate will be.
Right. But anywho, Married at First Sight. It is a show on Lifetime where 10 singles become married.
At first sight.
At first sight. Like, they do not see each other.
Mm-mm.
They do not
They don't know each other's names.
speak. They don't know anything. They don't even know if this person exists until, they sign up for this show.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know the name. This particular season takes place in Atlanta. So I was interested into how they did that, because I'm like, well, what if a person's like soulmate or whatever, I don't believe in that, is like in Texas and old girl or old boy lives in like Rhode Island, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So whatever, all these people live in Atlanta. They're all allegedly sick and tired of the dating scene and just want to jump into, meeting the loves of their lives and, doing whatever heteros do. Mm-hmm. I don't know how this show has gone on for 12 seasons. Because the first thing I thought of was, you have all of these religious extremists who talk about the sanctity of marriage is ruined because of, gays and women being promiscuous or whatever the fuck. And we need to preserve the core values of marriage and family. But then you have this show who, if this shit don't work out because we rushed into this shit to be on fucking TV, we gotta get a divorce.
Yeah. Because we got married.
So, I guess the premise of the show, I guess we should watch season 1 at some point, but they have all these psychological tests and... Oh,
they show the actual test in season 1?
I don't know. I'm assuming they have to build something.
Okay.
Because they cut a lot of corners for me to be like a new person, because I still have a bunch of questions. So I guess they have some rigorous questionnaire and background check through a sociologist, a therapist, and a pastor. Mm-hmm. And those 3 people match them up based on their questionnaires or background checks or whatever, right?
Right.
Now, this particular season was filmed during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So, we see like a socially distanced wedding, and I realize this is just going to have to be our new normal from now on. Like, shows are just going to have to look like this.
I mean, the rest of them guests were fluff anyway. You only like about 8 of them niggas for real.
Right. So...
And that's not all
we
family.
Don't... Right. So, the particular 3-hour episode, Lifetime, man... Bro. Thankfully, we have a copy where we didn't have to get through the...
Absolutely. Because let me tell you what I wasn't about to do. Sit down and watch 3 hours of this shit.
I mean, you should watch it on Lifetime, yes. But I just, if you're hearing us, Lifetime, we love you.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot.
Don't be like Sharp Entertainment. We off y'all.
Right. Y'all could have just added another episode to your schedule because this was just a lot.
3 hours. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's. No.
Yeah.
Do better. Come on, Lifetime. But get some real niggas on your team.
Yeah. Get with the winning team.
That's all I'm saying.
So, oh God. So we meet the couples of this season, and
who shall we start with? I say we start with least interesting to what the fuck.
Okay.
So we should start with let's see. What's that girl's
You want to do
name?
Virginia and Eric, the
Yes.
pilot, and the
Yes.
not Mila Kunis?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Right. So this show, we meet the couples. Again, the beginning is them telling their families and friends and loved ones that they're getting married in 2 weeks. So we meet not Mila Kunis. Her name's Virginia. She's 26. Age is very important in this show,
Yes, it is.
which I have. Anywho, she's, she's a little wild. She likes to go to parties. She likes to travel and have fun and drink and
She doesn't like to be at home. She's a self-proclaimed Miss Fun-loving single party girl. And also quotes, she has a lot to handle.
Yeah. Right.
She's the drunk white girl at the bar. Y'all get that.
Yeah. She's like if Tara Reid looked like Mila Kunis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little less like her blood has some spices in it than Mila, but
yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they set her up with a guy named Eric, who I call Seventh Heaven.
Oh my God. Because I called them Seventh Heaven. Wait, oh no, not for that. Not because of that. Not because. Oh no! Oh no! No!
Yeah.
No!
No!
No! Just because they look like they should be on Seventh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is too funny.
He is a sensitive white man. He gives very cheese stick energy.
Yeah, a little less dopey, but so he's a pilot, married once before. And basically his career has gotten in the way of him having successful relationships.
Yeah, he's a commercial pilot. This also may work out in their favor because he won't be there. The matchmakers want him to be like a grounder for her,
right?
Like some sort of stability, and they want her to bring him out of his shell a bit. So that may work because he won't be there. She can still go out to party. So
right, and eventually cheat. So
right,
his mother's definitely a Trump supporter. I can tell by that hair.
Absolutely.
But she said there's more to marriage than just saying I love you,
Right.
And said she hopes he sees the light. What that light is, I don't know.
Right. Now, I knew they had money because they were like on like a awning of like a gym or something, but it was like their house.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what this is, but it's rich. It's rich and it's something I don't understand.
Wealthy. Right. I know. Right. If they didn't have people down there at the insurrection, they definitely have lobbyists for oil. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right. Start your engines.
May the best frack up, breast frack
Fast back away.
So I think now we should do Haley and Jacob. Always the bridesmaid.
Always the bridesmaid and Guile from Street Fighter. Yeah. Yeah. And Haley looks like Angela in the face.
Angela
from Love After Lockup.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
I don't see that one.
Oh, watch it again.
Okay,
watch it again. She looked exactly like
I won't watch it again, but I'll wait till the next episode. But so Haley is 28. And she's labeled herself always the bridesmaid. She has been a bridesmaid in 14 weddings.
Now, I was like, either you... How do I say this without offending a whole bunch of people?
Oh, I did. Okay, well, you want me to give you a precursor? So what I thought to myself was, well, white girls don't know how to be friends like that. So how you been in 14 weddings?
well, no, because I was like, she probably was like her sorority sisters in like college, like Kappa Kappa Kappa, or something like that. You know what I mean?
So it's pretty much the same thing I said?
Yeah. Like, but I'm also like, if you're a friend, if you have a, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get to that because there's also basis for why I said what I said. So she wears her shoes in the house.
She's also sad. She's also sad. So it's like, I get why. She's
sad, and she's also like the most pleasant of her friends.
Oh, her friends are biatches.
Wait, we'll get there.
Love for them. Yeah, go ahead, keep going. There. Take it off.
So Haley sells Rep 28. She has been single for the past 7 years, and essentially she is a very independent, even though you know that nigga's cancer.
Yeah, she owns her own home.
Yeah, you know, you love her because she got her own, like, and that's very clear that that's her thing. Like she's been on her own for a while. She comes from two relationships, and neither one of them ended well. Go ahead.
She was like, they didn't end well, and she's been single for 7 years. So I'm like, okay, so it ended at 21, and she's 20. I'm like, girl, anything before 21 don't count.
I too did the math on that, and so I wasn't. But when she gave the example of how the one ended badly, I tried to give her a little grace. The nigga got somebody pregnant.
Oh yeah, he had a baby on her.
Yeah. So she tells her friends, you know, I'm getting married in 2 weeks, because all of these people, as we're being introduced to them, this is them telling their loved ones that they're getting married in 2 weeks. And her friends are hater ass bitches. Especially that one that's self-proclaimed best friend.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah, it's always a bitch named Lauren.
Always.
But she is very nonchalant about it, which then made me kind of understand some of the other ones weren't as hater ass bitches as Lauren, but you know, they were just like, because she was like, I'm gonna try, not really sure how it's gonna go, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, because Lauren dragged her, was like, well, you don't even do well with meeting strangers, so like, what makes you think you could pull off a marriage?
I was like, God damn, big back Lauren is mean as fuck.
Right, but the thing is, like, and Chris Rogers pointed this out, he was like, I don't know why they make their storylines about how their families and loved ones are disapproving of this. Of course they are, because you telling them randomly, I'm marrying a stranger in 2 weeks.
I guarantee you, if I called my mother right now and told her What is wrong with you?
She would die. She would like literally explode.
She would literally be like that episode of Chappelle's Show where that nigga's head blew up. That would be my mother. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
My mother's face would melt. Like it would be like, what?
Yeah. And everybody else is here too. So
yeah.
So Jacob, aka Kyle,
Colonel Guile, yeah,
is 38.
He also looks like the guy from The Incredibles, the dad.
Mm-hmm. He does. You want to describe him to the people?
Yeah, he's a geek.
Yeah.
He's an older handsome geek. He's a software developer. He got a little money in his pocket. He's really into 80s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He has friends who are, they look like they'd be his friends. Like they look like they listen to like Beth Ditto, and they drink like Carlo Rossi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have a little aperitif.
Yeah. When they go traveling, they go to like medieval places.
Like, let's go get a sambuca. I was like, okay.
Yeah. When they eat salads, that has a lot of like seeds in them.
Absolutely. You know, there's always a charcuterie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's a fun-loving man. I liked him, actually.
I did, too.
He's kind of a no-nonsense kind of guy, but he,
He's into home improvement. He turned his backyard into a beach.
Yeah.
And one of my notes just says corgi, so I like this dog clearly.
Yeah. I don't have much to say about him now up until after when they all meet up.
Yeah.
Because that's when he really started to shine.
Yeah.
And he also looks really nice in a tuxedo.
Yes, he did.
So I'll give him that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
But they have a 10-year age. However, I don't see as much of a problem with this relationship, and I kind of understood the psychology behind it. Both of them are kind of at the place in their lives. She's tired of dating. She says she's been on tons of bad dates. This girl said, was this the one who said, oh no, this wasn't the one. But she's been on a lot of bad dates. She's like, I'm tired of being a bridesmaid in weddings. She doesn't seem like, oh, I'm just dying to get married. But it's like, nigga, I'm just ready to find a person and like do the thing. And he is at the point where he's like, I've done well for myself. I do all these home improvement projects. I just need somebody. I just need a little friend. I just need somebody in the crib, somebody to talk to. And I really do feel like they might have a chemistry. Or she might get to the altar and be like, God damn, this nigga's old as fuck. What's wrong with y'all? I don't know.
Yeah, I liked them.
I did too.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issue with either one of them. Okay, so the next one's you got to let me.
Yeah, I'm about to say, do you want to do...
Alfred?
Let's do... Let's do... let's do... Brianna and Vincent. So, Heather Headley and, Miro.
Well, they go baby daddy.
Yeah. Miro and Heather Headley.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
he gives Miro how is he not Dominican?
In more ways than one. Oh, I knew immediately. I was like Dominican.
Yeah.
Immediately. Brianna and
Heather
Vincent.
Headley. Yeah, she looked like she listens to our show.
Yeah, she's 28.
Or she listens to your show.
Yeah, she listens to Dr. Kia. For sure. Yeah. She's an engineer. Okay. Mm-hmm. Black girls doing things. #.
She's getting married out here. She says out here a lot.
Yo, her and her homegirl did bring me great joy because when they went out to eat, it was a very black girl kiki time. She was like, yeah, nah, it didn't work out. She's like, psych, bitch, I'm getting married. She's like, I almost called you out your name. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, 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 I was like I was like, yes, y'all better give me this black girl moment. She got a cute apartment, you know what I'm saying? West Elm end tables, and she says she's not really very easy to open up because she's got, blocks up, and she's got a laundry list of requirements.
Yeah, she does. And then there is Vincent.
Yes. Also 28.
Vincent is also, they're about the same age. He is a car salesman. I believe he owns his own dealership.
I know he worked at a dealership, and then he said he worked hard. And I don't really quite know what he did. I didn't get that because he was like, I worked hard.
I feel like that's a part of their stories in this on this show, because it's like they'll mention their jobs and then some don't. So I'm like wondering if that's like a thing for this type for the series. It's what they do in the show. I don't know.
Well, he did when he told when he said, "I just want somebody." To
he is Dominican. That makes sense.
We knew it.
Great.
We knew it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I just want somebody to play spades with." I was like, "Oh, I'm easy, nigga. I'm too easy."
Yeah.
He had a pretty solid conversation with his friends. They asked him a lot of thought-provoking questions. It was a nice meet up at the grill.
His friend had some thick ass glasses though. I was like, ooh.
Oh, it was definitely a round table. Very, very smart brothers. Not, and that's not shade. It was just like a bunch of dudes eating, and they were talking to him straight.
They weren't as toxic as you would think it would be.
No. They were like, make sure you're where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do if she's stuck in her ways and, because she's been single for this long? Or what are you going to do if it's this? What you going to do if it's that? So,
keep your heart 3 stacks. Keep your heart.
Yeah, pretty much it was that. So, that was them.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
So, do you want to go to Anderson .Paak and Ashley Simpson?
Oh, no, baby, couple? That's not Ashley Simpson. That's Elizabeth Moss. And
okay.
That was, she came on the screen and I said, Alfred! The white Harriet Tubman. I said, Handmaid's Tale is back early, nigga.
Yeah, okay, so Elizabeth Moss and Anderson .Paak. Okay.
I actually called him Graham Cracker.
Oh my gosh.
I will not explain that.
Okay.
You all can use your context clues.
Oh my gosh.
But his name is Anderson .Paak, aka Graham Cracker.
Yeah. So, Elizabeth Moss Alfred is she's fun. She's a little rough, but she's not high strung, but she had a little high. She's a little out there. Yeah,
she's a little I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. Like, out of all the cast, she'd be the only one that would have a black friend.
Yes, I did pick up on that with her description. She was like, ethically ambiguous.
Ethnically, yeah. I cackled at that.
I did. I was like, she's just trying to tell us she don't mind flavors.
Yeah. Yeah. So, she's had a rough dating experience, she wants to just get ready to fall in love with somebody fun. What was her dating story? I don't remember.
Oh, baby. Okay. So the girl's name is Clara. That'll be the only time
she's a flight attendant.
She's a flight attendant. Mm-hmm. And she calls herself sassy and spunky. That might be what you were trying to figure out what to call her.
Yeah, she's sassy and spunky.
Sassy and spunky. and she's a flight attendant, very social, but she wants to find her person, is what she says. So she's had a real rocky dating situation also recently. So much so that one of the last guys she went out with, she said Venmo'd her $100 for permission to ask her best friend out on a date.
Yeah, he Venmo'd her $100 to ask her home go to fuck. Yeah.
She was like, it's been a long 2020, y'all. And I was like, I had to laugh.
Yeah, that was fucked up. I was like, damn.
Now, my question in that was, did he Venmo her the money as a payoff to ask, or Venmo her the money as a payoff to take? Because she said take. And I was like, okay, was that just her verbiage, or did he actually already ask the girl? Because then that makes me, what kind of best friend?
Well, no, she probably was just like they stopped fucking or whatever, and then he wanted to go kick it with her homegirl. It was like, no hard feelings. If I give you $100, would it be cool if I asked your homegirl out?
Okay, so it was. So he paid her $100 to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what my question was.
Like she's not pimping out her friend.
No, not her pimping out her friend. But I thought if he already asked the friend and he was Venmoing her the money to take because he's like, I want to take the friend.
Oh, as some guilt shit. Right. No.
But I was like, well, what kind of friend is this?
No. Although she also has some hating ass friends, as she told too as well.
Did.
All right.
Did.
Yeah, but she's had it rough.
She has.
And then there's her partner who, well, his name is Ryan.
Deservedly so.
Yeah. Ryan will now be referred to as Anderson .Paak from here on out.
Graham Cracker by me.
So he is short. He gives a short bodybuilder energy. Mm-hmm. He is black? ? Mm-hmm. Well,
no,
I don't know, because his mother is very, very black.
No, he said he's black, and he didn't say nothing else.
Yeah, because his brother is also very, very black.
Okay, let's just call a thing a thing. The nigga has a perm, okay? He has a perm.
Yeah.
Because his facial hair... The thighs don't match, friend.
Yeah, his facial hair is nappy.
Boots, which is fine. Yeah. It's as a black man's facial hair should be. But that little chicken little dude that he has on top of his head?
Yeah.
That's a full-blown perm, my guy. He's got it just for
me.
He
got those, and it's like shaved off, so it's like he got an anime hairdo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I kept calling him Naruto also.
Yeah. He said he is ready for marriage. He also worked. All of these people have money too.
For love.
Oh God, no.
I think he's a Virgo man.
Yeah, he's also very, very romantic.
And controlling.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He wants to have a family. He's ready to have kids. He's just ready to go out there, but he also has a perm. He's also let us know that he's into white women.
Yes, he did, and I really feel like somebody black was on that team and had to tell him how to rephrase I prefer white girls, because the way that he said that was the most roundabout way I have ever heard somebody say I like white girls.
Oh yeah. Well, that's how that nigga did on The Bachelorette the other day, or The Bachelor, where he was talking to the host and he was like, social media wants to put you in a box, and so that they could tell you who to marry and the type of woman I should be with, and yada, yada, yada. But I feel like I should connect with everybody. I was like, okay.
Oh.
Heard you.
Yeah. He said, so that was the digger on The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Okay, this nigga, this Anderson .Paak, graham cracker. He said, I grew up in a predominantly white community, and I went to a school with mostly white kids. And as the only black kid, and this is how we knew he was black, and he said nothing else, as the only black kid, I've had very many successful interracial relationships. And I said, oh, okay. Not that I have a problem at all with interracial relationships. I just was like, well, nigga, you could have just said I only like white girls.
He didn't even need to offer that information at all.
Really didn't.
Honestly.
It did not. It didn't give anything to the story. And this is what told me. I also believe him to be a Trump supporter. Because of his verbiage as well. It was just little hidden things he said. I feel like he said something about politics, and I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but I remember being like, Atlanta, black, all white friends, all white school. Huh. Okay, but mama is black. And we will get to her because I have thoughts. So... I do think that he is, that's what he said. That's what he said. Oh, shout out to Past Jade. You better go ahead with your notes. He said, I've never said I love you to somebody. And he was like, and it didn't sound like Mr. Technology from the other show that we watched, the Marrying Millions. His was more along the lines of, I feel like I love you is such a deep thing to say that I don't ever want to say it frivolously, and I've never said it because of
Then why the fuck are you on this show?
Exactly. Well, we know why. Because he's a short Virgo man with a perm. So, he said he grew up in a very conservative rural area. Those were his words. I grew up in a conservative rural area as a black. He said it taught him a different way to look at the world.
Yeah.
And he's had some really great interracial relationships. These are his words. Go watch the episode.
Yeah, that should tell you everything you need to know. So the next couple is a doozy.
Oh,
I feel like
we're
when we were watching this earlier, I was trying to figure out, well, where's the mess? You know what I mean? Like where's the where the mess resides, where the mess resides. There is black Christian weave lady.
Yep.
And hashtag bless.
Oh my God, I called him # bless.
Yeah.
First of all, can I just tell you, he got sleazy preacher face? Like, he literally was born to be this person.
Yeah, either a preacher or car salesman. Same thing.
Same thing. Right. Like, he definitely has sleazy preacher face. It was a couple things he did, and I was like, huh, I see it. Right. I see it. So, black Christian weave lady, a.k.a. Paige.
Paige Banks.
Paige Banks, with the Bayang.
Yeah. When I tell you why it's, and I know why it's so heavy, it's because the way she braids underneath her wig.
Oh, is that what it is? I just thought it was a lot of hair.
She needs to, that too, it's a lot of hair. It's one too many packs.
But I guess maybe she needs all that hair to balance that booty. It's a lot of weight, you know?
That too. That's also a drag concept because you got to have big hair to match
exactly.
to match this at the bottom.
You know what I'm saying? That's why they be mad when they don't pad. So that's like I think it's a balance thing.
Yeah, that has to be exactly it.
So Black Christian weave lady is 26. She is the hopeless romantic stereotype. Always wanted to be married, used to host the weddings with her Barbies and so forth. She said the issue with her past relationships was never a match thing. It was always a timing situation, which
that's going to come up.
Oh yeah. And she very much is vocal about wanting to be a ride or die.
Yes.
And you know how we feel at this show.
Yeah.
We are ride
or. Yeah. Yeah.
The ellipses.
Yeah. She makes it very known. Black Christian Weave Lady is a very, very much the epitome of a pick-me. Like, she is very much like, I'm a Christian, I suck dick.
I suck dick, I'm a Christian, I want to have kids.
Yeah.
And I don't
like,
I hate the term pick me because I don't like it, but it's also like, why are you acting like that? Why are you doing
Well, the whole show is like pretty pick me. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I can't imagine. What is wrong with straight people? Like, I don't know what.
A lot, man.
Like,
we have slim pickings.
This show is wild. Like, I could not imagine even thinking about going on a show like this.
Concept
because
is
it's like
crazy.
you're inviting people, strangers, into your family.
Here's the thing.
Not just.
It's not a problem. We have to be clear. It's not a problem for people to want to be partnered or want to be in a relationship or want to be in love. That doesn't make you pick me, for lack of a better phrase. That's not what it is. That's human. That's humans. You know what I'm saying?
We all want to be loved and validated,
Yeah, in some form or fashion. Some want it romantically, like they desire that. And I think if that's something you desire, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like me when I want cheese. I should be able to eat it. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I should always.
Right, it doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But there's nothing wrong for people to want to be partnered. It's just the concept of this show is so fascinating.
Right. It's wild. So then we get to the man. He is a piece of work.
Oh, man.
And I have this is about to sound, I have something controversial yet brave to say. This is about to be really bad, but all ugly niggas talk the same.
Oh man. Oh. You know what? You shouldn't feel that bad because that nigga called people ugly. He did.
He is not attractive to me at all.
He's
not
my type, nigga. Not my type.
And what made me really call him ugly is like on the inside, and with the fact that he's doing like all through the guise of like Christianity and stuff.
Oh,
like,
he's internally hideous. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
externally, that's not my zhuzh, my jam, and I personally, it's just a me thing. So this is not a shade, but I don't really want a nigga with his ankles out. That's just not my.
Yeah.
You
but
know?
all niggas who dress like who have their ankles out all talk the same. I'll say that.
There's a no, because I feel like this.
And he also, I have so many things to say about him. He's also one of them people, because his story is that, which I also don't get either, because I'm like, you up here, if your story is your legacy, your last name is your legacy, which is why you want like 7 children or whatever.
He says 7.
And you come from this line of preachers and stuff. I still don't understand how you ended up homeless in Florida and then worked yourself up.
Because you can't win when you're not right with it.
Yeah, he has this bootstrap story where he was homeless for a whole bunch of months in South Florida, and then he worked himself up to be a finance manager, aka Kyle Barker. And
there was Swiss cheese in that story, friend, because that nigga said I was
Yeah.
homeless and lived in my rental car. So at that point in time, I said, well, wait a second, because renting a room costs this much. And then he said, I kept my head down and worked really hard for 2 years until I was offered a 6-figure job in Atlanta. And that's where I was like, Swiss cheese. Swiss fucking cheese, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't really into that.
But what I did, the most joy that I got from him were his grandparents. And it was really based off of their name. Their names are Emmett and Juanita. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That
They was
wore my
spitting
black
facts.
ass heart.
Yeah. I know Juanita makes bomb-ass potato salad.
Look, yes, she does. Oh, let me tell you how Mama knows how to make a pound cake out of this world, okay?
Yeah.
She's like, you want the 7-Up or the sour cream? Yes. Yes, I do.
Exactly. And they told him, okay, make sure you're equally spiritually yoked, and, like, also go into this shit with an open mind.
Yeah, his
like,
Nana was like,
if you gonna do this,
we tried to force you into a box, actually, and we were wrong. She was like, but beauty fades, honey. Beauty fades. Please keep that in mind. And don't go in this with no preconceived notions. I said, you better spit facts, Juanita.
All right. So he also, he wants him a big Christian freak who got her own money.
Yeah.
Because he feels that women are only after him for his money.
Yeah.
Which
you don't.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, what else he got to offer?
Them ankles, them thick ass ankles. His fashion.
Anywho. So those are the couples.
Maybe that
now,
twist brush. He has coif.
Yeah. So the only couple I guess I would speak on further is the people who got close to getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So we can save the other parts for the other couples next week.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Okay.
To give them a fuller story.
Okay.
So in this episode, all the couples go to get fitted for wedding dresses and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But in this case, we're only going to focus on not Anderson .Paak and Offred. So Offred goes to Jay Andrews' some wedding shop in Georgia. And she goes in and she's very clear about what she wants in a wedding gown.
Yeah. Yes.
And they keep giving her nothing of what she wants.
Nope. I mean, when I tell you, Mama was specific. She told them the cut. She said,
I would have thought it would have made it so much easier.
Me
but
too.
Mama kept bringing her,
I think she wasn't listening, because let me tell you something. When I used to bartend in the actual service industry, nothing brought me more joy than when a nigga knew what he wanted to drink. Going to the bar, hopefully y'all are not doing that right now, unless, we have Atlanta listeners, and then you should know that we're shaming you. But nobody wants you to go to the bar and be like, make me your favorite drink. That is so irritating. I will give you a juice. Like, anytime anybody did that to me, I gave them a beer or a motherfucking cranberry juice. Like, please don't waste my goddamn time.
Right.
No, when a nigga came and he was like, I would like a dry martini with Plymouth gin with an olive and a splat. I'll bet he's like slightly dirty. I got you. I know exactly what you like to drink. I know the amount of vermouth that you want in this drink, the amount of olive juice. Like, when a nigga knows what he wants to drink, or she wants to drink, or they want to drink, nothing brought me more joy. Stop doing that to people. And stop going to bars.
Right. In this pandemic.
Right.
So, her stepmother comes to, surprise her and things, and she's just kind of like, frazzled because nothing seems to be going her way.
Yeah.
The dress that she picks is actually pretty cute. It's it's simple, but it worked for her.
Mm-hmm. It was a pretty dress, actually.
Right. And like her homegirls are, they're still having like concerns and questions, but they're not as hateful or anything like that,
Mm-hmm.
So, meanwhile, back at the ranch at the Modern Gent, Nat Anderson Paak is getting fitted for his tux with his brother, who is fine. And
and black. And don't have a perm.
Very black. Yeah, and is very annoyed that he has to sit with all these white friends that he got.
You can tell it in his spirit.
Yeah, because he does not want to be there. He does not talk. He's just very much like, oh, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. He ends up picking out this tux, this blue paisley thing that looks like he would pick it out. Yeah. And because a guy that looks like him with a perm would pick that jacket.
Absolutely.
Right. So so the day of the wedding, they have to exchange gifts. They still haven't seen each other. And so she sent him like a little cute little gag gift.
Yeah, a little Smirnoff Ice, and then she says her favorite tequila and some handmade shot glasses that she made. Yeah,
which was really cute, actually. And then he wrote her like some fucking sonnet and shit. And
gave her a JBL speaker.
Yeah, JBL speaker. He made her a playlist.
Yeah.
That's kind of romantical.
It was. It was like, I can't wait to make our playlist of life. Yeah. And, it was
she's
cute.
Crying and shit. I was like...
Right. Like, she was like, oh my God, I'm in love already. Right. And I was...
I'm like, get to the mess. Get to where they hate each other.
I was like, get to where she sees his hair. Like,
and so he has the idea of giving each other eye masks, so that they see each other at the altar.
This nigga's controlling. He's thought everything out. He wants to plan their whole life.
Yeah, it's a little strange. So, they get day of the wedding. A black girl is doing Offred's hair. Mm-hmm. Old SZA is doing Offred's hair. Remember when SZA drew freckles on her face? And so...
And then, literally right at the end, Elizabeth Moss has a complete meltdown.
Yeah,
Peggy.
she does.
Peggy from Mad Men has a complete bridezilla. Yeah.
Peggy.
That was my shit. Oh, I loved Mad Men. God,
me too.
That was such a good show. My God, the wardrobe, like the furniture,
reaffirmed how I love mid-century design.
Oh yes,
and furniture and clothing.
Baby, let me tell you something.
50s and 60s.
Don't play with your girl. I will start going into pieces in the home. But Offred is having a quiet bridezilla meltdown. Not very quiet. She starts complaining about her hair loud. And how this is not the style she wanted, and how the hemline on the dress is all fucked up. How couldn't they fix the hemline? It was. As a nigga who does not sew and knew that, I was like, ooh, that is fucked up. And she's like, I wouldn't have ever wanted my wedding day this way, and you could tell she's just, this is nerves kicking up.
Yeah.
Making her act like this. Nerves and, white womaning. So she goes with her father. She's fussing with her father all behind the curtain and the sheet. And they walk down the aisle. And can I just tell you that I just could not take my eyes off of his mother's faces?
Yeah.
I was really trying to figure out what was going through her head in her wig.
Yeah, she went through the most emotions.
She did.
And it also didn't help that the wig moved with the face, so it was just like, oh boy.
Well, not the paying. She was like,
yeah.
She just, there was a look of like, I'm gonna be pleasant for my son, and then there was a look of like perplexed, and then there was a look of
Because the family doesn't know what type of situation,
I think they knew what one situation was going to be, though, because he made that quite clear.
Right. Very clear. So they get up to the altar, and that's it.
They remove the mask, and we'll get it next week.
Right. Now, I do want to go back, before we end this, I do want to go back and talk about when Paige told Miss Pamela and family that she was getting married.
Oh.
Because why did they allow Miss Pamela to
with
have
that
her
leave out?
like a...
Let me tell you something.
Yeah. I was stressed.
I understand that it is
morning
probably
today.
humid outside. But
yeah, because it was a fucking thunderstorm and shit outside. Like, it was lightning and...
But not the Bayang. Like, why y'all let her mama out the house like that and on the camera?
Yeah.
It was very kinky curly up top, and then, I don't want to call it Brazilian wave. I don't really know what kind of wave that was.
Yeah, I don't know either. Girl,
a tsunami. But it was a mess. It was
bigly. And it was a bird's nest.
No, I'm going to leave that girl alone. I'm going to leave her alone.
Yeah, we'll talk about her next week.
I have questions, and I think that I already know the answers to them, but I just still have questions.
Yeah. So let's take a break. We've met the couples. Next week we'll have more in-depth conversations of what to expect.
Don't worry, we weren't glossing over things. We're just going to go into more detail as we discuss the couples when they get married.
Right. And also join the Discord and talk there. Ha. Let's take a break, and we'll be back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, like, as, a pet name, because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between, the silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Yeah, silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the platinum solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're back. So we decided we would do a wedding playlist. In celebration of Married at First Sight.
Yes. Not a long playlist, just a little something to accompany the conversation.
Yeah. Would you like to start?
Yes. I would like to start with the song we opened up with, because it is your quintessential 90s. That's why we opened it. It's your quintessential 90s wedding song. That was the song that literally every nigga who got married in the early 90s played at their wedding. Either walked down the aisle to, or it was over one of them homemade VHS tapes where somebody, videotaped the wedding. This is before videographers.
Yes. This is under the police. That's the wedding song of the Bronx.
I know, we might have, Bokeem's not responding to us.
That was Ruby Ma's wedding song.
Well, there you go. Is that your choice?
No. My song is Always and Forever by Heatwave.
Oh, peak.
Always and forever, each moment with you.
It's just like a dream to me.
To me.
That somehow came
true.
Okay.
Every day, in our own special way.
Melt all my heart away with a smile.
With a smile.
With a smile.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the jizzy. Mm-hmm.
Well, not
what
all
else
my
you got?
not all my wedding songs are traditional. They are a lot of these are actual wedding songs that I have either had at my own or encountered at other weddings, and I just added them to the playlist and thought I'd share them with you. So the next one is not your traditional wedding song, but this is what my husband walked down the aisle to, and that was Drake's "Nigga, We Made It."
Nigga, we made it. Hey. We made it. Nigga, we made
it. Hey. Yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
What you got next?
Well, I'm gonna say this, but if you're a real nigga, you had the Spanish version of this song, but For You by Kenny
I
Lattimore.
knew you were gonna say Kenny Lattimore.
Yeah. Por ti, that was the jam.
Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. 'Cause it's like
Yes. Yes.
I love
She
it.
sang that.
I love it. Okay.
He did that.
The next song on my list is another non-traditional wedding song, but this was the song that was played at my uncle's wedding. This is what the entire wedding party walked down the aisle to, and I've told you all this before. My father walked down the part where they were, it's not rapping, but you know, speaking words, and that would be Usher's Nice and Slow.
good love, don't keep me waiting. I got plans to put my hand in places I've never seen. Girl, you know what I mean. Let me take you to a place nice and quiet.
And I remember me and my sister looked at each other when my father walked down the aisle, and we were like, they call me USHER. I am dead ass. The entire wedding party walked down the aisle to Usher's Nice and Slow.
Oh my God. Did they all have bodycon dresses?
Nah, it was actually like a wedding. We even had the ice cream, mashed potatoes, and everything. It was real fat. It was just black as fuck.
Oh, okay.
That's
interesting.
Yeah.
My song is something that you'd probably play. Well, I guess it depends on, like, if you have a really long, like, aisle and you have bluesy blacks. But most of the times you would just play this at the reception.
Mm-hmm.
But Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder.
You know that it is your key.
Yes.
Key wedding song.
If allowed, may I touch your hand? And if please, may I once again? So that
Yes.
Okay. Next up, which is also, I don't ever listen to that song, and y'all know how I feel about Stevie. I'm like, why? The Ribbon in the Sky is beautiful, but niggas have American Idol has it's just buried.
I liked doing Justin Guarini sang it.
Oh yes, but that was also many moons ago. There was hella seasons after that where they just ran it into the ground.
ran amok and bastardized the song.
Yeah, exactly. The next song was actually the song they played once my cousin and her husband completed their vows at their wedding. And that was Fabulous's Make Me Better, featuring Neo.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Because my father turned to me and goes, oh, that's my jam.
Together, mommy, I'm good all by myself. But baby, you make me better. 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 You make me better.
Yeah.
I'm giving y'all real life here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My next song is, it'd be a for a Hotep wedding, but this would actually be kind of dope if I was going to get married. But Lady by D'Angelo.
I want them to know my lady. You're my lady. Yeah. You're my lady. You're my lady.
Oh, I knew it was going to be a D'Angelo song slid in there somehow, some way.
Yeah, listen. Yes, sir. It wouldn't be a black wedding without D'Angelo. Because, he talks about black love in a way that not too many people can describe.
No, it's true. He had a way of describing it, because he was dealing with it with Angie Stone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gross.
I know. This song is actually a lovely song. It's also part of my real life wedding experience. It's the song that my cousin walked down the aisle to at her wedding, which was the very first wedding that I ever shed tears at. I didn't think it was possible. I was like, yo, what's going on? But she's like my sister, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, ooh, I've never felt these feelings before. And it was Make Me Whole by Amel LaRue.
Aww.
Find myself thinking your mother for giving birth to a saint. My spirit flies when I say your name. If there's one thing.
She's actually on my list too.
Yeah.
But Make Me Whole, that is a pretty song. Your eyes are the windows to heaven. Yeah. My Mel's song is No One Else. Because the lyrics read as wedding vows.
With you and no one else. We have both been broken.
So in the song, she talks about we're both people, both broken, and we've come together and we're stronger and we can do this damn thing. It's really pretty. She knows how to write a love song.
Let me tell you something. Amel got lyrics for you, okay? She got words and heart.
Yeah, that's why she's my fave.
Water.
That's why I stan her.
Oh, Noah is a huge stan of her jazz standards, right?
Yes.
Oh, honey.
Younger than springtime.
Your girl
are
loves
you? If I were a bell. Yes, jam. Love. Love. Yes.
Okay, well, what do we want to do?
Who's your
2 more
next?
each?
Yeah.
Okay. Fun fact. I told you while I was engaged before, like many moons ago. And clearly this was Spirit who said, this can't happen. You picked this song? Absolutely not. We were going to walk into our reception to We Gon' Make It.
Fuck the frail shit. Cause when my coat come in, they gotta use the scale that they weigh the whales with. Carlson's on the Jeep. Bugatti made the prototype. Hope you get the
Fuck the frail shit.
Yeah. Opening lyrics for your ass, nigga.
Yeah.
We gon' make it. So that's my second to last pick.
My second to last pick is a Negro standard at this point for all black weddings. Forever My Lady by Jodeci.
Oh, yes.
If there's any doubt in your mind, you can count on me. I'll never let you down. Lady, believe in me.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's for the leather fitted wearing community. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I like to call this also a quiet staple in the black community. That's my final pick. And that would be Teddy Pendergrass's latest, greatest inspiration.
My latest and my greatest, my latest, my greatest inspiration. I plan to give you.
That's the last pick. That was a song that I watched a couple whose wedding I attended dance to.
Got it.
Yeah. I was making this real life.
Yeah, I see.
I did this real life. See, I was trying to make sure that I threw you off because last week you was trying to call a nigga predictable. So I was like, this week I'm going to hit you with real life, and I know some wild ass niggas who have had some weird ass shit at their weddings.
True. My last song is a song that I don't know if I would sing this at my wedding, but I know that a lot of black folks would have this at their wedding, especially younger people. But I feel like, but I do love the song though. If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys.
Oh.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I ain't got it, you, baby. Some people want diamond rings.
You know, some people want it all, but I ain't got nothing at all if I ain't got you, baby.
If I ain't got you, baby.
Yeah, some people want diamond rings. Some just want everything.
Yeah. But everything means nothing.
If I ain't got Method Man, I hear ya.
You.
Yeah, I would have been thinking about Method Man too, like that.
Yeah, same.
Yes. But that is today's shoe.
That's it. So we about to start covering Married at First Sight. If you want to catch up, season 12. This will not be like Drag Race. I will not be going to catch up on season 1 through 11. That's just not happening.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
No, it's a one and done, nigga.
Yeah,
okay.
Not at all. We can pick up context clues.
Yeah. Exactly. Figure it out. Okay, there was 11 other seasons of this. Great. So, but I hope I feel like we're gonna have an interesting time here.
Yeah,
it's nice to get some new blood in the building.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Me too. So we will see you all next week.
Yeah. Patreon, Discord, YouTube, all that in the description box. Sayonara.
Bye.
Bye.